out a long ass time ago.
Oh yes, what about old movies?
Well, just apparently they're finally doing that sequel to Avatar. I think well after the world has thoroughly moved on.
The thing about, and welcome to the pre-show, everybody. We're going to talk about comics in a bit, but I got a little bit of a sore throat. Bear with me. You're not wrong, but I think that misses kind of the point of Avatar.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be enjoyable. I mean, the trailer looked pretty good, but that trailer came out yesterday, and we didn't even bother talking about it on the show yesterday. You know?
It was just a teaser, and it didn't really show anything. And the thing about that is, if you're not seeing it in the big screen with the 3D glasses, you're missing the point, which was my point. Avatar, the story is boilerplate, dude.
It's Fern Gully. I mean, James Cameron himself said as much, you know?
It's Dances with Fucking Wolves. It's been done over and over and over again. The thing about Avatar was the technology that was used. And Cameron has always been cutting edge there. And that's what the Avatar was. It was a way for him to show off how awesome 3D was. And I'm sorry, Avatar still stands up as the best 3D movie ever made. It's amazing. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. James Cameron is one of the best technical filmmakers we have. That's I think pretty undeniable. But does the technology still blow us out of the water like it did like 15 years ago or whatever it was?
I think no, but I think that's kind of how technology works. You know what I mean?
Yes, that is how technology works. But regardless, you know, that doesn't really do anything for these Avatar franchise movies.
You're not wrong. You know? You're not wrong. Although it's hard to argue with those numbers, it's still like top 5. I think it might be even top 3 still. You know, most popular movies according to the box office.
I mean, I dislike the Avatar movie.
It gets a lot of shit.
The trailer looked kind of cool. You know, I'll probably go see it, but this isn't something that like I am feeling like the hype for. You know?
Oh no. Not even from a technical standpoint.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying a second ago. You know,
I mean, it's just going to be
the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie making world has caught up to what was, you know, groundbreaking technology. You know?
Yeah. I think a lot of the groundbreaking technology is shit we're seeing that just adds on to this shit that's already been created. Mandalorian, for example, if you go behind the scenes, there's a thing on Disney Plus behind the scenes of the Mandalorian. Like they created a new technology to make green screen technology a lot cheaper. It's really wonderful to see, but you would never know that watching. You know what I mean? For all you know, it's still a huge ass set with green screens everywhere. Now it's just a really tiny set, still with a green screen, but it kind of rotates and angles to give the illusion of this depth and shit like that. It's actually really cool. You should check
I'll have to watch that feature.
Yeah, it's really cool. But I mean, no, I don't think anybody is going to get hype about Avatar. Maybe the trailer will come out and blow us away. You know, maybe
the full trailer.
Yeah, maybe the actual trailer will come out and they'll be like, here's a VR version of our trailer. And there'll be something technical where you can go, okay.
I mean, I don't know that it can really do that so much because, like,
me neither.
Do you remember a character's name from Avatar? Like a single character? I know the main guy was Jake, but that's about all I can remember.
Hold on. Neytiri.
Okay.
But it took me a second. But that's the
well, you got me beat already, you know?
Yeah, but no, nobody else. I mean,
so like what about the story or like the characters are they going to show in the full trailer that's any better than what we saw in this teaser trailer, you know?
Exactly. I mean, there are still questions, and there is a lore built around this. You know, there are comics, there's extras, but I don't know if there's a big fan base.
I mean, at the end of the day, Avatar it's just Fern Gully with like an amazing aesthetic to it.
Oh, it's
fucking
gorgeous.
That aesthetic does hold up, but like the presentation of that aesthetic is no longer groundbreaking, you know?
Oh, for sure. So we'll have a full review of that in December. In fucking December.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, it's still a long way.
All right, let's talk about what's coming out.
Let's talk about new comic. I think we're actually going to have an Avatar comic. Believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
They do those.
Is Marvel putting out?
No.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
And that's an interesting point. There's still a lot of the Fox stuff, the 20th Century Studio stuff. And I guess these contracts are still a thing. We'll talk about it.
They bought Marvel for the movies. They probably aren't prioritizing getting on the comic books.
Exactly. So greetings, geeks. Welcome back. Another episode of This Geek in Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Gomer and Taylor show. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well.
If you see something, say something. We are talking about all of the new comics coming out this week. We're going to start at DC because their books come out a day earlier, even though Lunar, so I have a sore throat. Bear with me. I don't know how I've gotten it, but Lunar is also doing some other publishers. We may change how this works here in the next few weeks because we can also see the DC stuff on the Diamond page. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll find a new site. But anyway, Batgirls number 6. Good if you like it.
Yeah,
not my cup of tea, but
it's fun. This is just one of those kind of like consistent B/C range comic books that it's not going to blow your mind, but it's a fun pickup. It's something that you might like put on the chopping block if it's a crowded week, but
if it's
I haven't regretted picking it up yet.
Yeah, I love this Audrey Mock cover.
That's cool.
It's like a city, it's got futuristic shit going on.
I love the color palette there,
Yeah. The Night Compendium, big deal. This was all right? This is the Zdarsky one, but who cares anymore since Zdarsky's getting the main book? Who cares? Urban Legends, the only reason I'll mention this is because it has a Mark Russell Ace the Bat Hound story going on in it. This is the Batman anthology book. It's a little pricey to ask for one or two good stories. You're only going to really get like half of a book that you really like. But man, that Ace the Bat Hound story is fucking great. It's awesome. I'm really enjoying that.
Big ask, but yeah, I'm glad that there's something in there worth reading.
Yeah. More Urban Legends. Batman and Bigby in trade. I don't get it. Blood Syndicate as the Milestone universe continues. Jeffrey Thorne, Chris Cross, and Juan Castro going in a sort of a new direction for Milestone after their first, I don't even know what to call it, first phase with Hardware, Static, and
I guess phase is an appropriate word to use. Yeah. They did seed Holocaust in one of those books. I forget which one. I
think it was Hardware. I think it was in Hardware.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, cool stuff. I'm all for Milestone. I think it's a great universe, man. That Static book cannot be fucked with. It's legit one of the best books on shelves when it's out, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the contenders for book of the year so far, I think.
Yeah. Really cool cover there, like that. Future State, we don't talk about Future State. Come on. These are all indie books. These are all not DC books, believe it or not. I Am Batman continues. The Batman of New York City. John Ridley, Christian Ducey writing or doing the art on this one. This is a great book. Following Fox, doing his thing. It's awesome. It's like a new Batman. It's like Batman where you can go in a different direction, and I'm really enjoying it. Here's probably the big pickup of the week, believe it or not, over at DC Comics. Love the Juan Gideon cover there. Just great. Jurassic League, where all of your members of the Justice League, they're dead now, so let's turn them into dinosaurs. It's Danny Warren Johnson. Even though he's not doing the art on it, he is awesome. He's a great writer. I'm picking this up for sure, and I hope I get this variant. Oh, Taylor might have dropped off. Taylor, if you can hear me, you should drop out and come back in. But yeah, man, this Justice League book, it's weird. It's dumb. It's big. It's stupid. Why not? It's just a 6-issue limited series. Follow that into the fall. Yeah, I'm all over it. We'll go back to it if Taylor wants to mention it. Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes. This is Bendis's, I think, last gasp at DC Comics. I don't know what they're going to give him next. This is not great. This is not a great book. Honestly, Bendis is one of the best writers, in comics, in the history of comics, but no, he's done now. He's not doing what he used to do. Some of his more independent creator-owned shit is a lot better than his stuff at DC, but man, he's really lost it. I love Scotty God though. Scott Godlewski is a great artist, but still, he is still doing Naomi, Brian Michael Bendis, but he's really moved off into the screen realm for Naomi. And I guess that's good. That's what they brought him over there for. If he can make the Marvel Cinematic Universe possible, which he did with his, Avengers run. If he can make Miles Morales a household name as the second Spider-Man, who's actually the better Spider-Man in my opinion right now, then yeah, that's what they brought him over there to DC for. Naomi, the Legion is getting its own show soon, so good on Bendis, I guess, but I'm just not sure. We were talking about Bendis. We can go back to Jurassic League, Taylor, if you wanted to comment on it.
Well, yeah, when Daniel Warren Johnson wrote my favorite book from last year, Beta Ray Bill, so that gets this a pickup for the first issue for me.
Yeah.
Even if I heard you say that this is going to be very stupid, and it will be, but I think it could be the fun kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, the fun kind of stupid. We talked about Bendis with Legion and Naomi, and then quickly moved away from that. Sandman, Nightmare Country, another month. James Tynion back on Sandman.
That first issue was pretty solid.
It was pretty good. It was solid. Love this cover by Andrea Sorrentino.
That's brilliant.
Man, that's freaking amazing. Andrea Sorrentino, my favorite artist in the world right now. Suicide Squad Get Joker. I like this cover. I really do. I mean, it's kind of simple, but man, that's really fun. Really easy to do with the technology we have now. 50 years ago, 30 years ago, this cover would have been a little bit different. But yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool way to present it. Yeah.
Big pickup again. Tom Taylor. That's really all you got to say. It's a Tom Taylor book.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely been like the shining star of DC for a little while here.
Yep. Chip's on the way though. Chip Zdarsky's on the way.
Looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, love this cover by Brian Chang. Really well.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, very well done. And I think that's it. We do have West of Sundown. We'll talk about that later. Oh, and Wonder Woman. No one's reading Wonder Woman anymore. It's either an event or it's this. This didn't even cross over with the event. It's very weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Wonder Woman. So a couple of big pickups over there at DC, but not really much. Crossover 13, I've already read this. I don't want to spoil it, but it is pretty good. If you're into the crossover, this is definitely an issue you're going to want to get. It's so meta, and it's so meta that the writer of the book references himself, and I'm pretty sure the fourth person. It's really weird, dude.
This is the issue right after Kirkman getting beaten to death by Negan, right?
Negan, yeah. Donny Cates actually wrote himself into the book, and in this he I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, he refers to himself in a really it's awesome. It's really good. My number one book this week, I already think this is going to be my number one pick. Everything else I read, I have already read this. Everything else I read this week is fighting against this because this was a really good debut issue. 8 Billion Genies, number 1, 8-issue miniseries, Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. Basically, the 8 billionth person is born on Earth, and in that moment, every person on the planet gets a genie and one wish. Chaos ensues, and it's like apocalyptic, dude.
That is an interesting premise, to be sure. Yeah.
It's and the first issue is 8 minutes into this thing happening.
I really like I like the way they're presenting the genies too. That's a cool design for them.
Oh yeah, like outside of the normal art. It's almost like Pixar. What was that Pixar movie with the musician? And
yeah, it does kind of look like Soul characters there. Yeah,
it kind of resembles that because they kind of did the same thing there. Changed the aesthetic a little bit, but yeah, it's really good. Great book to pick up. This would also make a really good movie. Just from the first issue, dude, it would make just a bananas bonkers fucking movie. It would be so.
Would it have to be an R-rated movie?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. For a streamer, they're not going to put this in theaters, but yeah, pick that up if you can get your hands on it. Farmhand 17, the return of this great book. Fantastic. And then it seems like a week short here with Free Comic Book Day being last week, but a bunch of Image Firsts come in. Shops may have actually gotten these early and were able to give them out as
I
part of
hope
Free Comic
so,
Book Day, and
because
now they're on sale.
it seems like the time to do all your promotion that's the whole point of Free Comic Book Day, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, best of the best of Image right now. I mean, Middle West was amazing, Monstrous, Paper Girls, Radiant Black, Scumbag. I mean, Spawn. Okay, what do we really need another first printing or another printing of the first issue of Spawn?
I mean, who at this point who wants to pick up Spawn has not been picking up Spawn,
right,
you know?
right.
But yeah, I mean, that's a great like hit list there, you know. Oh, and
yeah.
I see Wicked and Divine. That was one of my
one
favorites from a few years ago. Yeah,
one of your favorites. Yeah, great bunch of books there. Not much else from Image. Just mainstays: Lady Mechanica, Loaded Blood, or Loaded Bible, great book. Sweet Paprika's up to issue number 9. Noctera. This is Snyder's new book. You know, that's been fucking fantastic. Like Mad Max in this weird, different sort of apocalypse. A bunch of Spawn. It would not be a week at Image Comics without Kirkman or McFarlane. And there you go. Time Before Time, and again, Kirkman, Walking Dead redo. So a pretty solid week from Image, but really it's got to all be about 8 billion genies. This book, it's going to hit really hard when it hits, dude. It's fantastic.
Is that going to be a limited series?
Yeah, it's 8 issues.
Gotcha.
Ironically, 8 billion genies.
Well, works well enough, I suppose.
Right. Here's our Avatar talk. Dark Horse Comics, Adapt or Die. Karina Bechko writing this. Speaking of Batgirl, I think she was on Batgirl for a while. Benny Lobel. I mean, what are you going to do? It's sort of like a prequel, decades into the advent of the Avatar program. Right. And she's still alive.
Oh, is that
Grace?
Who is the character? Is that like, I can't remember. Sigourney Weaver. Is that like Sigourney Weaver's character?
Yeah, Grace Augustine, which I would not know if it wasn't written right here on this solicit.
Like most of the characters in Avatar, like if you tell me their name, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. But I could never find it on my own, you know?
Yeah, I can't even tell you. I can tell you, you know, the main Marine guy. You know, Sigourney Weaver. You know,
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, you know, Michelle Rodriguez is in this. You know, the other scientist guy.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, and Zoe Saldana. You know, the Avatar fucking king. That guy.
Yeah. And I don't know.
You know, the boyfriend who's
the guy who's like the bad guy in Avatar. I see him in a bunch of stuff, and he's cool as hell. I just don't remember his name like in real life either.
Oh yeah, I don't remember him either. But
he was the dude in that like evil Daredevil movie. The one where like it was the blind guy and the kids are trying to like break into his house and he just like wrecks their shit.
Oh, I did not watch that.
It was pretty cool.
That sounds awesome.
Well, I can't remember his name or the name of that movie, so this has been very unhelpful. So sorry about that.
Jenny Zero number 2. David really needs to be here to talk about this, but he raved about the first one. So that's the second volume there. Norse mythology, and then Tales from Harrow County. Cullen Bunn going back to one of the series that made him Cullen Bunn. So
yeah, I mean he's really branching out from Harrow County at this point. Yeah, good for him. Yeah. That was a good little horror story. You know?
Oh yeah, dude, it was fantastic. I think it's the best of Cullen Bunn, especially with horror, and that's what he does best is horror. So
I disagree.
Moving on to IDW, Real American Hero counting down to 300 and the end of the series, most likely. It's very doubtful that whoever picks up the G.I. Joe license is going to carry on this series after 300. They may. It would make the fans really happy, the completists. I know people who buy G.I. Joe just because there's G.I. Joe on the cover. So
it would be a real shame if they just got just short of 300.
Oh, no, that's their plan to end at 300 at IDW. Yeah, that's their plan. But the book I'm looking forward to the most at IDW, Saturday Morning Adventure, Eric Burnham, Dan Schoening, whatever. Great book. It's exactly what you want it to be. It's an animated adaptation.
Well, I mean, we were talking earlier about stupid fun. This looks like stupid fun.
It is big, stupid fun. Big done. It's just like watching an episode of G.I. Joe, man. It really is.
Hey, I mean, what else could you want?
It's also got the one to grow on at the end. The knowing is half the battle.
Well, I'm glad they included that.
Yeah. Kill Wraith, fantastic series from Livio Ramondelli. Transformers, Last Bot Standing. This is IDW leaning into their heritage with Transformers, their history with the brand. Nick Roche, one of the best writers and artists, really. He did a lot of art for them too. He's not doing the art on this one, just the cover art. Going back to, his sort of roots. And I don't want to ruin who the Last Spot Standing is, even though issue 3 of Last Spot Standing on the cover fucking ruins who the Last Spot Standing is. I can't wait for this. I am really, really excited to.
Well, I hope that IDW can go out on a high note with
they
the
have
Transformers
to, dude.
lines.
They really, really have to. They really, really do. See, this kind of ruins it. That's issue number 1.
Well, that doesn't mean anything to me. So,
even though, still very excited for that. It's going to be a good book. Now, moving on to Marvel, they got a few things going on this week. This is one of them. Toshi Onyebuchi and RB Silva.
Really looking forward to this after that issue 0 from a few weeks back.
Did you get a copy? Did you find
I did get a copy. They got it in. They got all the Marvel books in the shop, and yeah, it was really damn good.
Oh, it was great. So good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
But yeah, that Marvel is definitely wanting to give Sam a higher profile now, so I'm sure they're bringing their A game for this.
Yep, they definitely are. RB Silva's best in the biz right now. Coming off of X-Men, his shit at X-Men. Yeah, you
can see with your own eyes right now, right? There's no problem from the art department here. This is great looking shit.
Yeah, and I'm sure he got to pick. What do you want to work on next? Silva, what do you want to work on next? And they gave it to him. A bunch of variants. I think my favorite is going to be from Latveria with Love, this sort of postcard. That's just really cool.
I just love the idea of Dr. Doom just standing on a random fucking roof in the middle of a city.
And doing it for a promo, come visit Latveria.
Yeah. Like Dr. Doom posing for the postcard here.
Yeah.
Lord Doom, what are you doing on my roof? Silence.
Yeah.
Tourism must be boosted. Doom decreasing.
Oliver Coppel variant, La Roca with a Fortnite variant, okay, and Scotty Young with a pretty cool comedy variant, whatever.
I mean, every high-profile premiere has to have a Scotty Young variant.
Yeah, for sure. Another big book over at Marvel this week: Hulk versus Thor: Banner of War from Donny Cates. He's writing both Hulk and Thor right now. So he's teaming them up. That's just kind of what he does.
I haven't been reading either book for a little while here, but I'm still probably going to get this.
I am excited to see what Cates is going to do. I think it's just, again, big, dumb, stupid fun. That's what he does well.
I kind of like the shifting perspective thing I got going on there.
Yeah. I actually have really enjoyed his Thor run as he makes all of these things from... All of these things that Thor leaned on throughout his entire past, they're all just terrible. This hammer.
Well, that's a way of saying he's been doing a long string of character assassinations for Donald Blake and fucking Mjolnir
dude.
Yeah.
He's even made Odin even worse than Odin, and it was hard to make
Odin is all over the place in terms of whether he's this complete and irredeemable piece of shit or whether he's Father of the Year. In Walt Simonson's run, Odin was a pretty cool guy. But
yeah.
Oh, but we kind of scrolled past it there. But I might want to check out this Kate Bishop Hawkeye book.
Oh, okay.
I've heard really good things about it. I never picked it up the individual issues, but
it was pretty good. David had a great time with it. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I think he's the word of mouth that I'm hearing for it.
Yeah. It had a lot of good art, a lot of good comic book art where it'd be these helicopter views of places and you'd see things happening in different rooms of a house. The house was sort of cut away. It did that a lot. The She-Hulk book from years back did that a lot, and this
the Charles Soule She-Hulk.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
This did that pretty well. I love this cover. Hoping to get this cover. Very, very nice. Love that shit. Don't just wait for it, Hulk. Roll out of the fucking way, buddy.
I still don't really like the outfit that the Hulk has on for this run.
Do you understand why he's wearing it?
I know why he's wearing it. I know about the whole Starship Hulk thing.
I love it. It's actually really fucking interesting. It's really fun, dude.
Yeah.
And there are numbers. Our numbers went from 5 to 1 as I said that. So this dude don't know what he's talking about. After a month off, King Conan, number 4 of 6, after some edits had to be done due to some things that happened with the last issue. I mean, Jason Aaron, Mahmoud Asrar, hard to find a better team for this book. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this has been a good writer and character pairing, I think.
Yeah, it has lost a bit of its steam because of the Native American little shit they got into, but we'll see what happens. A book I am definitely getting for all of the wrong reasons. Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, #1. Why am I getting it? Because there's a Jonathan Hickman story drawn by Chris Bachalo.
That's cool.
I'd pay $10 just for those like 5 pages. I can't wait. I am so fucking excited. Look at that. That looks great. That looks really cool. But there's also Mark Guggenheim. Well, let's go back to the damn title page. Murewa Ayodele and Doton Akande and Mark Guggenheim and Jorge Fornes. I love what they do with the Spider-Man cameo here. Using the red motif of the theme of the book for the coloring.
Yeah,
Spider-Man in it.
That really makes it pop. Looks cool.
Yeah. Great shot here. Just really well done there. Love that. But it's all that Hickman story for me, man. I don't care. I miss him. There's a free comic book day for Substack, and we got like 6 pages of this 3 moons, 3 worlds. And I was like, what is this shit? I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know anything that's going on.
That's true of a lot of his independent stuff. You gotta
sit there forever, and they get 6 pages.
When it starts to hit, though, it starts to hit.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, that'll be a good book. Shang-Chi #12. I've heard good things about this issue.
Man, I haven't been able to get the last several issues of this because this is selling out fast. I guess it's a big spec book, but yeah, it's always sold out by the time I get to the shop.
It's a big spec book. It introduced at least 2 characters over this run so far, and this is the change to the 10 rings from the MCU. And everyone is assuming that this is just how the 10 rings are going to be moving forward. And it's probably better.
As far as I'm aware, Shang-Chi and the Mandarin had nothing to do with each other in the comics, but they made that change for the MCU. And I guess, like we might expect, they're going to try to present the comics reading audience with what the movie going audience would be more familiar with.
Well, I'm pretty sure Shang-Chi's like traditional villain is like a dude named like Fu Manchu or something like that. It's like a really
I'm pretty sure that's right. I think the last time I saw his dad in a comic, they never said his name because they probably didn't want to deal with that bullshit,
Right. So, look, somebody else takes over the rings. Yeah, man. 5 Weapon Society has been dope in this book. Jean Luen Yang is just awesome, dude. He's just a really good
I've been really enjoying this is one of those cases we've been talking about before where this has been like the last several renumberings of Shang-Chi here have been pretty much the same run.
Yeah.
But it's been good since he got his hands on the character.
Yeah. Great AAPI cover here from DK Ruan. Just love the styling there. The use of negative space is just really cool. I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Moving on, that's about it from over here at Marvel, especially for their high-profile new books. A bunch of Star Wars, as always. What If Miles Morales? This is the Hulk one.
I still don't like this idea.
I still don't like this idea at all. I don't like this idea. Honestly, the only way they can redeem this is if they do a Spider-Verse, and it's Miles Morales and all of the different Miles Morales teaming up.
So they're like a Miles verse?
Yeah, a Miles verse.
Yeah.
That I could read.
Okay, that is cool. That at least would make this some groundwork for later. But until then, I'm just not interested in alternate takes on Miles.
Yeah, me neither. I think this is the Carmen Carnera. Yeah, Carmen Carnero. Visit Madripoor. No, I'm not going to Madripoor. Why would?
They have done a terrible job selling me with this postcard. Come get murdered by Wolverine.
As long as you're not a ninja, just make sure you don't.
Okay, sure. Hope you run into Wolverine before the ninjas get you. Then.
Yeah.
But no, X-Men has been consistently really good. So definitely looking forward to this.
This is sort of a hot spec book too. It's introducing Game World in its fullness on this, so we'll see how that goes. This is getting a little bit bogged down, man. Gary Duggan is all over the place with this. I wish it would be a little bit more focused, but man, you can't deny Pepe Larraz can just draw. Look at that, Jesus. That's beautiful.
When he does do the payoffs, though, they're really cool. Watching what's his name show up on Mars. That was a hell of an issue.
It was. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Definitely reading that. Moving on to Dynamite. Nothing much from Dynamite. Just a bunch of $50 cover, whatever. Immortal Red Sonja, John Carter Amar. Oh, that's a $50 whatever.
Dynamite just always has the worst actual different things to number of items on the list ratio.
Yeah, they do have a. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just one page is going to be one comic, just all the different variants on it.
Yeah. We do get a #1 issue. Vampirella Strikes #1. Tom Stangowski and Jonathan Lau. That is continuing the work that they did on Vengeance of Vampirella. There you go. Boom Studio, Grimm #1. This sounds like just the most fucked up idea for a book. All right. This girl dies. She becomes a Reaper. But unlike other Reapers, she has no memory of what killed her. So in order to unravel this mystery, she tries to find the actual Grim Reaper, like the boss of the Reapers. Yeah, that sounds cool. And it's Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano. I mean, this is gonna be good, dude.
I mean, that could be a cool variation on like a crime noir type thing, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. Is gonna be a good book. I mean, look, it's got like an attitude with it. Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. It's gonna be fun. David will be if he's here for that show. I don't think he's here next.
I don't think he's here this Sunday.
He will definitely be all over.
I'm sure he'll enjoy it. I'm sure Jules will enjoy this Mighty Morphin book. He seems to be.
Yeah, he's always over the Power Rangers. Oh man, I wish you hadn't said anything because look at this cover. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is that? That's wild. That's wild. It's a dope cover though. I would buy that. Now, 7 Secrets. This is, I think there's only 2 issues left of this. Yeah, this is the issue. We're finally figuring out the key of the reveal of a couple of issues ago. I do not want to spoil this book any more than I have on this show. Go read this fucking book. It's brilliant. It's so good.
Well, I mean, it's a show favorite Tom Taylor, right?
It is. And it's like his homage to like manga and anime.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. And not like anime movies, it's not like all hoity-toity elitist, it's not like that. It's not all
so more like shonen anime.
Yeah, it's more like shonen. It's more like fun all the time and just big, dumb, stupid. Yeah, I've had such a good time with that book. All right, and everything else, not much to talk about from the #1s. We do get, I did want to mention this book because it's got Max Bemis on it from Ablaze. Belit and Valeria, they are straight out of the Conan mythos and shit like that. So this is back Max Bemis doing his own.
Did you say mythos?
Oh, mythos. Sorry.
Yeah.
Belit, Valeria. Yeah, Blind Alley. That looks okay. Bunny Mask continues. Carriers is wrapping. I believe this is the last issue of Carriers. This is about a bunch of carrier pigeons that are like wet works, paramilitary. It's freaking insane dumb.
That sounds fun.
It is. It's pretty fun. Devil's Highway gets a 2nd volume. This is Ben Percy's sort of book over at AWA. Everybody got a book at AWA nowadays. It's pretty good.
Well, that's good to hear.
And we're just about done. The Death Dealer is getting his own book. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. Somebody's writing a book just about that character. Might be good. The Joneses, about a superhero family. Not bad. Nottingham. I always got to mention Nottingham because it's issue 7 in a 5-issue miniseries. It was so popular. They just kept going. It's like a hardcore retelling of the Robin Hood mythos. Omega #2. Yeah, there's not much else, man. I know we're only in the P's, but I mean, there are a lot of good books this week, and there are a lot of new good books this week. So
yeah,
there's definitely a lot to choose from. Man, got to go Son of Kal-El over at DC. And
that's a good old standby. Yeah, Jurassic League looks like
Jurassic League.
Yeah, that looks like a fun pickup. I definitely trust Daniel Warren Johnson. So yeah, that's probably that and Son of Kal-El are probably my big books from DC this week. Over in Marvel, I'm looking forward to Symbol of Truth, and I don't care what you say. I'm still looking forward to X-Men.
No, I'm looking forward to X-Men. I am. I just wish it would. I wish it would move a little bit faster.
Well, they are finally getting around to Game World, so that is something for it.
After 10 issues, they're finally getting there. But yeah, for sure, Banner of War is going to be just stupid, dumb fun.
That's definitely got like an initial look from me, at least.
Yeah. What was the other number one over? There was another number one.
Marvel.
Moon Knight. The Moon Knight Black, Red, and Black, White, and Red, whatever the fuck it is. I'm all over that just because of the Hickman story. 4 pages of Jonathan Hickman is worth $8 to me. I don't care. And it's only $5. So, and then Image has the book that, 8 Billion Genies. I cannot wait for everybody to start talking about this book. You should try to get your hands on this issue.
All right.
I'll get you a copy. You can still buy it in trade. I'll get you a copy.
But then, of course, your crossover has got its next issue.
Yeah, crossover. But if you ain't into crossover by now, you should not get into crossover. Start it.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, it's very deep. It's very meta. It's really Cates. It's really compressed Donnie Cates, into like a little ball, and then it just explodes everything. All right, everybody. Those are the books coming out this week. We're going to talk about all those books on our Sunday night show. Come back. We review books, talk about news, and all kinds of cool comic shit. So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Go check out Comic Book Bullies. They got a show last night. I still haven't watched it. I was so busy today, even though I did skip out on work. If you want to see everything we got going on, go to outrightgeekery.com. Links to all kinds of awesomeness there. Reviews, previews, news, all kinds of shit. We had a movie review up there on the Facebook page. So, yeah, we just got so much going on. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. But most of all, thanks, Taylor, for hanging out with me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad to do it.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Oh, my voice is starting to give out. I don't know what I got.